What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to a new video on the channel. It's been quite some time, and yeah, I haven't yet uploaded PSGL Mexico, but we are here on Sunday, this Sunday, last Sunday, alright? We've been doing our first league race in WOR, so I've signed up for another league race just because I want to get a little bit more warmed up for esports and so on, see what the competition is doing on track, get a bit more into a rhythm, and so yeah, we signed up for WOR. On this weekend, also if you're wondering why the gameplay looks so laggy, it's just for the quali, and I'm not sure if we have game sound right now. I had my desktop audio for some reason off, and Vodafone didn't like the idea of having a race, so yeah, the bitrate will drop a little bit. Anyways, it's Silverstone, my favorite track on the game, and we haven't been warming up properly for this race. I was 2 days without driving before that, just did one warm-up session, so 4 laps, and actually did a 25.9, which was not too bad, was actually quite a decent lap, so I felt like pace is still there. Of course not 100% happy with the warm-up, but we were ready to go and have a good race. The reason why I was a bit absent, is that the right word? The 2 days before was because my cousin and his now wife married, Luca and Anna, and yeah, I've been part of that. I was also, in case you're not noticing, but I look a bit tired. That's because my voice is also completely dead in the stream. Yeah, so from Friday on Saturday I slept from like 4 AM to 10 AM, and then from Saturday to Sunday I slept from 5:30 AM to I think 11 AM. Yeah, I was cooked. I was really cooked. But we went purple in the first quali. We went fastest with a 0.6, which is not too bad. I didn't practice any full Q aside from Q1. I think a session before. Oh no, I didn't even do a Q1. No. I didn't do any full Qs. Alright. So there we go. Yeah. But now into Q2, our nemesis. We all know it. For the fastest lap, we're currently last place, just because, well, I did my second lap on old tires, so I can have 2 fresh tires on Q3 in case we make it through. And I was confident. We went purple in sector 1 with a 196, which is not too bad for Q2 actually. It's actually fairly fast, and we are trying to get another purple run here. A little bit of oversteer on the exit of Love Field. Quite tricky to get the traction 100% correct there all the time. Or turning in for cops, also good. In 7th gear, it's usually what I like to do. And going into the S section, sending it in for the left, right. Now back into the left, down to 7th gear, 6th gear for the right, and now early on the power. Use a bit of the grass. I think the curb is still inaccurate. I think there's more AstroTurf in real life. I'm not sure, not entirely sure. But we go purple. Let's see what we can do in the final sector. The final sector is usually the one that I'm lacking a bit of pace compared to the other sectors. The funny thing is, in 2019, 2018, all the years before, I think up until 2020, I was really strong in sector 3, and I was a bit slower in sector 1, sector 2, and now it flipped around. So there you can see we're just green in the final sector. I wasn't too happy with the lap, especially because of the moment in Love Field, but it was enough to go P2 because Lucas Blakely just barely beats us for the fastest lap in Q2. Now into Q3. We are showing all of the fastest laps that we had, right? So here's the fastest lap in Q3, unfortunately. Sorry for the spoiler. But yeah, the final run, you will see what happened. I will explain it to you. But now, for our fastest lap in this quali. It's not the best lap, but it was the fastest out of the 2, which is not great. But anyway, sector 1 was a bit rough, but it was not bad. I think it was a bit slower than our Q2 time. Yeah, 221. We were still purple in sector 1, but I think we are just getting beaten there. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it was also a bug of the game. And we have another bit of oversteer, and I was already like, oh, what is going on? Why do we slide around? Hello? Give me some more grip, please. Yeah, it didn't go to plan. Accordingly to plan. But I think anyways, the best lap time I could have done probably is What other lap times are we doing here? 26s? 26, high 25s? I think a 26.0 as the banker run here. But the split with a 7.29, I already don't expect the best. Sector 3 actually was fairly decent on this run. Make the apex nicely here in the last few corners. Get early on the power. Small bit of oversteer, but that doesn't matter too much. And we just hit a 286, and you can already see I'm not too happy. And the reason for that is we are in P3. It's not the greatest banker lap. And now you can see the reason why we were slow. It's not the others to blame, but I've seen everyone doing these slow out laps. And I wanted to figure out, how do they do that? Like, I was sure, okay, there must be a reason why they do it. But every time when I do it, I'm 100% convinced the out laps in this game, they affect the grip. You might have the optimal tire times, yeah, but you have different kind of balance of the car. It feels different. And you will see now exactly what I mean, because this is horrendous. This is awful. And it sounds like the biggest excuse, and I don't care. You can say I'm just making up excuses, but look at how much I'm struggling with going on the power. Like, I don't even accelerate, I just get loose. And I'm already getting mad, and this continues throughout this whole lap, so I'm sparing you, wasting your time, but you can see we are off the pace by... We did with 487 on the session before, like the warm-up session. We did a 9, a mid-9. Without warm-up in 2 days, on a set that I haven't even driven. This was an experiment from Freddy. He just put it in the channel. I was like, alright, I will drive it.
This is insane.
487, awful.
335, man.
335 sector 1, this is awful. This is the best grip throughout the whole quali, and we do this, well, is what it is. I couldn't explain it. I'm trying to figure out these slow out laps, but yeah. Just didn't get the grip right. Anyways, we're in the race, and we started on the hard compound of tires. Because I wanted to, well, we're still having these cold starts, no formation lap, you know, that's also why Jake Benham started on softs, and we get a bit wide here. We have one Haas there, we have one Haas on the outside, and I don't know where to go. I'm just like, come on, please, hello? I am on hard, cold tires. They are on medium tires, so they have a bit more grip. Same with Jake. I think Jake had an incredible start. Similar to us in Spa, I think he's currently up into P3, making even more moves. So we dropped down from P6, I think it is, to P9. Trying to get some temps in. Lucas Blakely also dropped to P5. So he started from pole. He also committed to the hard compound. And I believe we were on the right strategy. Let's find out, I guess. For those that have seen it live, no spoilers in the comments, alright? But yeah, we are currently just trying to hold on to this position, heat up our tires. Tomek is a bit all over the place here. It's lap 1, cold tires on the hards, and we're just trying to keep up with the mediums ahead of us. They're both Haas committed to the medium strategy, so they will have more grip, and if we lose track to them, we are in a bit of trouble. The good thing is there's a couple of hard runners also ahead of us, so it might work out. It just might. And right here I'm annoyed at myself, because Tomek wasn't pushing with ERS. I think he would have even let me pass, and I didn't make the move. I should have pushed with the battery a bit more, make the move into Stowe, and then I would have been track position ahead of Tomek, which would have made me like able to dictate the pace, because our pace was great. Piotr is a bit all over the place as well, the Haas, and you will notice that throughout the whole stint. We get our first warning in lap 4, and at the beginning of lap 5, I don't know, just unfocus and get another one, which is just like, I was really pissed off at myself, because this is just unnecessary. Now I have another 21 laps to go with pressure that I could get a penalty, which just pissed me off, honestly. And especially on a track where you usually don't get track limits. Piotr gets a 3-second penalty in lap 6. Like I said, he was kind of all over the place. Jake Benham already pitting from the softs too hard, but it is lap 8, lap 9, to be fair. So he made a decent stint there. Not like us in the social race of PSGL one day, where we started on 18% lap softs. That was stupid. Yeah. And Tomek makes a move now, finally, on Piotr. I didn't get why he did it so late, because look at the gap now, and now he technically needs to catch up again to the others. And I'm, of course, also forced to make a move past Piotr, otherwise I might lose touch to Tomek, and everything is just a bit heated up right now. Piotr again making a slight mistake, going wide in turn 3. And with that we can line up turn 4 a little bit better, staying off the exit curb just to make sure we don't get any unnecessary wheel spin. And now pushing with the ERS. Piotr already below 10%. This is like, he must have had a really, really tough stint. Really struggled on that medium tire. And we're getting past, no big troubles. We messed it up a bit under braking, but the move was done clean and no big trouble. And we can see also ahead Mattis. He got a 3-second penalty. Now he's pitting in lap 12 and he speeds into the pits. Actually, I was laughing for a second. Just because I was like, how did he get a... Yeah. No comment. No comment. We're up into P6. Of course, we have to pit, like many others still need to do. And behind us, Tom Manley and our teammate from Red Bull, our third teammate, Liam Parnell. So aside from Freddy, myself, there's also Liam in Red Bull Racing Esports. And he's also making his pit stop. So they're all committing to the undercut. And I believe I want to say out. And you can see ahead, Lucas Blakely before pitting, it's a 4-second gap to Lucas. 4 seconds that we have to catch up to Lucas if we want to have a shot at a race win. And this is going to be a big task. But I was managing my ERS big time behind Tomek. And now you will see, this is the most important part of this race. I committed to the overcut, and you can see the gap to Alvaro is at the moment 26.2. It was 26.2, I think. I think it might go down to that again. And I'm gonna push now as hard as I can on my old tires with the ERS. Whilst Lucas has a cold medium outlap, I have still tires that are working perfectly fine. And the gap to Alvaro is already extending a little bit. Just a little bit. 26.2 was the lowest. To Blakely, it's 24.9. Going up to 25.1 in turn 3. And from here on, we need to make it count. This lap needs to be really fast, so the overcut actually works perfectly. Because we have to make up spaces now, places. Otherwise, we are stuck in traffic with no ERS and just one lap fresher tires compared to, for example, Tomek. And we don't want that. We really need to make sure we make this here work. And the gap to Lucas already increased by over 1 second, and to Alvaro, I think also by quite a bit. I don't know if it's 1 second or if it's 3/10, but Alvaro is on fresh, warm, hard tires. And now we are making the pit stop. And remember when I said earlier, Mattis? Well, I forgot. This is still 60 kph. And I speed with 75 kph into the pit. Just stupid. Just stupid. I didn't even blame the game or anything, of course. It's just my fault. Blame myself. I'm stupid. That's all I have to say. How can you be this stupid? But anyways, we made a 1.4 seconds, I think, or nearly 1.5 seconds overcut right now on Lucas. I think he realizes that as well. But of course, we're not going to be right behind him. He doesn't have to worry big time. Let's see where we are coming out. We, of course, have our fresher mediums, 1 lap fresher mediums, but they are cold. So we need to make this work. But where are we coming out? Jake Benham just passing us. Just imagine it. We made such an incredible overcut that we're even ahead of Mattis and Nico Longue. There's no Tomek close to us. So we overcut all of them with this strategy. Of course, they're going to pass us now. We're also not going to fight them big time. Nico is just going to swipe past. They have so much more grip because of the tire temps that we're not going to fight that. But we are up into P7. Of course, let's just ignore the penalty for now. And just focus on the task ahead, because we need to pass a lot of cars and push as hard as we can. So we, in the end, we can't remove the penalty. It's all on me. It's not like a track limit that we can get removed. No, this is all my fault. 28.7 fast lap from Blakely. Blakely pushing now. And on this lap, we are also making a pass on Nicolas Longue into Luffield, where he overtook us, into Brooklands, where he overtook us the lap before. We're getting past. Also a really clean battle with him. Awesome stuff. And on the same lap, after the S section, I'm preparing a move on the guy ahead, Mattis van Erven, who has passed us at the start with a brilliant medium strategy call around the outside in turn 1. We make the pass back on him into Stowe. We both have a 5-second penalty. Yeah, we are both stupid. I think he was probably also as annoyed as me. And now Jake Benham in front of me. He was actually trying to create a gap for Jano maybe, or leave a gap so he can push with ERS, so I cannot get past. But actually he wasn't pushing with ERS, so maybe he was actually just struggling on these hard compounds, because he pitted lap 8. I think Jano and the others, they pitted way later to have fresher hard compounds. Jake started on the softs, had to make up a lot of positions, and he made an incredible job there, honestly. We are now already up into P4 with still a couple of laps to go. 29.1, you can see the gap to Blakely is still really big, the orange little dot ahead of us. It's so far ahead, but of course we are making up time, we are having a little tire advantage, and we still have quite a bit of ERS, and Jarno is going for the move, and Alvaro also gets a faster with a 28.7, so Jarno is pushing big time. You can see the gap between Jarno and Blakely is coming down more and more, and Alvaro blinking now. We have a little bit more ERS, lining Alvaro up. Of course he's also on hard compounds because he started on the mediums, and now this is going to be an easy pass on the straight into Stowe, and we are into the podium positions. Alvaro not even fighting it, braking earlier so we can take the racing line, but of course we're not moving under braking. Nicely done so, and we are actually also, with this lap, with the way we pushed, overtook also Alvaro with the DRS, and with our ERS advantage, we managed to get the fastest lap of the race, which gives us an extra point. Now in lap 25, I decided now it's time to make the move on Jarno. Lucas is only 1.4 seconds ahead, so it's not even that far. That's why I wanted to make the move now. I could still save a bit of ERS, and Jarno doesn't have DRS, so it will be a fairly easy pass on the Dutchman. He doesn't really have much to fight here. We have just more grip, more pace, and a better tire compound, fresher tires. There's not much more Jarno can do than what he's already trying to do. And of course we also have a 5-second penalty, so it doesn't really make sense for him to fight us at all. And we are making our way into P2. Now in the last 2 laps, so we're trying everything to get close to the Scottish guy ahead of us. Lucas Blakely, who did a phenomenal job all race long. And also in quality, got pole position, made it work, but you just little heads up, we were 4 seconds behind when Lucas entered the pits. We managed to close that gap down by nearly 3 seconds already. With all of the trouble we had and with how we got held up by the Haas from Piotr in the first stint, without that stuff, we would have been much closer. And of course, yeah, the 5 second hurts even more. We are into P2, we are into the podium positions by pure pace. From starting P6, dropping to P9 I think, and recovering to P2, and now being so close to the leader. We are nearly within the DRS window. With a little bit more ERS, we would have made it, but this is just how it goes. We had to push. Lucas as well, he was also below 10%, so everyone was on the limit of ERS. You can see him blinking in front of us. Everyone is at the limit of everything. And he has 1 lap older tires, which means there's barely any difference on these mediums. We have a slight grip advantage, but it's not like gonna change it big time that we're gonna gain a couple of tenths on him this lap, unfortunately. And we're just trying, we are seeing there's 4.5 seconds to Tomek in P5. So Tomek, you remember we were fighting him initially, and now he's 4.5 seconds back behind us. So our strategy call was really perfect, I think. We couldn't have made it much better. It's just maybe the strategy of driving into the pits could have changed a little bit, and then we would have been in the mix for the race win and a safe podium position. Unlucky. Not really unlucky, just stupid. That happens when you don't practice the race and you forget that it's 60 and you need to like already under braking I was like hold on, this is I think a bit too late. Then I realized, yeah, I braked for 80 kph whilst it was 60 kph. And actually in real life it's an 80 kph pit lane, but that doesn't change the fact that it's not in the game, so it's the same for everyone, and I messed it up. With that, we're just finishing P2 on the track, but of course with the 5 second penalty, we're unfortunately dropping down to P5 because Tomek stayed within the 5 seconds. Anyways, still a great race. Guys, if you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and I wish you a lovely day. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. I will upload the next league races soon. Mexico and stuff like that will all still happen. Take care everyone. You're Marcel. Peace.